Hello and welcome to the Property Perspective. I'm Josh.
And I'm Michelle. Today we'll talk about one of the biggest changes the rental sector has seen in decades, the Renters' Right Act 2025, and more importantly, the government's three-phase roadmap that explains when each part of the new law will come into force.
The Act received royal assent in October 2025 and the government has split its rollout into three phases to give landlords, agents and tenants time to adjust. Let's quickly run through the timeline before we focus on phase one, because that's where the biggest changes start.
So phase one begins on the 1st of May 2026. This is the most significant phase and the one landlords really do need to prepare for now.
That's it. Phase two, that begins in late 2026, maybe 2027. This is where we'll see the additional registration requirements with the PRS database and the Ombudsman.
Phase three is expected much later in 2030 onwards, but dates still are to be confirmed. This will complete the transition to the new system, including a new decent home standard, energy efficiencies, and the application of AWAB's law to the private rented sector.
But for now, let's focus on phase one because it's the one that affects every landlord the quickest and includes some of the biggest legal changes in the entire Act.
So the first major change is the end of Section 21 no-fault evictions. From the 1st of May 2026, landlords can't use Section 21 notices anymore. Every possession case must go through the Section 8 ground system instead, which means you'll need a valid reason. Reasons such as selling the property, moving back in, rent arrears, antisocial behaviour and breach of tenancy still apply. The government has expanded and clarified some of these grounds, which will of course keep things workable.
Absolutely. The second big shift is that all tenancies, including the existing ones, will immediately move to assured periodic tenancies. That means no more 6 or 12-month fixed terms. Tenancies become rolling by default and tenants can give 2 months notice to leave at any time. This is designed to increase flexibility for tenants, but it does mean that landlords need to stay more organised and compliant all year round.
Phase one also introduces stronger anti-discrimination rules. Landlords will no longer refuse applicants simply because they receive benefits or because they have children. The government has been very clear. Blanket bans will be unlawful and fines can be issued for discriminatory advertising or even decision making. This applies to agents too, so everything from your listing wording to your selection process does need reviewing.
Absolutely. So there's also a shift in enforcement powers in phase one. Local authorities are going to have more abilities to investigate poor practice, issue financial penalties and require rectification. The new regime focuses on ensuring properties are safe, well maintained and properly managed. The government has signalled a stronger stance on damp, mould and delays in repairs, and councils are being given the funding to back that up.
Another important part of phase one is rent regulation. Rent increases were still allowed, but they must follow a stricter process. Landlords will only be able to serve one rent increase per year, and tenants will be able to challenge rises more easily through tribunal. And if the tribunal finds a rent is set above market value, it can actually reduce it, not just block the increase. This is designed to prevent sudden excessive rises and keep things fair for those longer term renters.
With all these changes coming in phase one, it's obviously the government's idea to make it clear that their aim is not to punish good landlords, is to create a system that protects renters from bad practices while making rules clearer and more consistent. And for responsible landlords that can actually create stability, tenants will feel more secure, more likely to stay longer and more motivated to actually look after their home.
So phases 2 and 3 will build on this foundation. Phase 2, due to arrive in late 2026, will introduce a national landlord database and ombudsman. And then phase 3 in 2030 onwards will be linked to the property safety and the new decent home standard for the private rented sector.
It may feel like a lot, but with dates now clear, landlords have time to prepare, and small changes now will make a big difference when May 2026 arrives. Review your tenancy agreements, update your processes, and make sure your documentation is watertight. And if you self-manage, consider whether you want help navigating this.
At JDG, we're already helping our landlords get phase 1 ready. If you want a review of your tenancy paperwork, your compliance setup, or how these changes affect your long-term strategy, please remember we're here to help.
Thanks so much for watching this special edition of The Property Perspective. Stay informed, stay proactive, and we'll see you next time.
Take care.